No need to adjust your television set. I'm staring at the ceiling. It is about 6:30. Kyle just texted me because we're going to go check out the park this morning and see what's set up. They open at 7 for hotel guests. Came over to get a peek of the HHN Icons bar, and they're actively setting it up. But you can see icon banners and people doing stuff. And it actually says Hire Icons Bar right above the bar. Peeps! It is 7:15 in the morning. This is not a filter. This is the humidity that you're seeing. But we are here at Halloween Horror Nights 30. We're here this morning just to kind of see if they set up any new stuff in time for the event, but we will definitely be back tonight. So stay tuned to this video for that. So they're getting set up still the morning of Halloween Horror Nights. They're getting set up here. This is the Beetlejuice thing from the tribute store last year, I think. Look at that. A very cool setup here in the Universal store at the front of the park. In like 12 hours, there's gonna be flames shooting out the top of this thing. Scare actors on the podiums and stuff. Almost there. Hey, Jack. Here in Faulkner Apartments, in the New York area of the park, you can see Boris Schuster, Private Investigations. And Boris Schuster is the main character in the Legendary Truth House this year. Jack, are you down there? The Naked People Scare Zone. Cover your eyes, kids. The gate's open. Is this the secret entrance into Gorewood Forest? It looks like the Scarecrow Stalk is coming back this year. Okay, on my way out of the park, swung by Voodoo Donut to try each of the Halloween Horror Nights donuts. There's the vampire one with the two blood things sticking out of it. And here is the Bride of Frankenstein donut. We told you about these in the HHN food guide that we did. Donut update. Not digging the Vampire's Kiss. I mean, if you're a raspberry fan, it's just a like powdered sugar raspberry donut. That Frankenstein donut, or the Bride of Frankenstein donut, super yummy. It's like marble, donut, chocolate, vanilla, super tasty. They've already got like horror type music playing on the boats on the way back to the hotels. Update, it is about 10 after 5 and due to a boat delay, this is current view. Unfortunately, stuck outside the gates. We didn't quite make it for Stay and Scream at 5. Womp womp. Update number 2. There is a resort guest hotel, or resort, whatever, guest entrance right by the Blue Man Group that enters here. Covered area. It's currently raining, so covered area is very nice. And you can buy drinks while you're here. It's almost like a Stay and Scream area, and it enters right here. There's beer in the resort guest area, and bottled water. And the bottled water is only $3.50, cheaper than inside the park. And there's tables and covered area, and I'm not mad at this. I don't know if you all can see it, but it is downpouring right now, and we would be in that if we were in stay and screen. But thankfully, because we're staying on site, we're not getting rained on. We're dry. Look, nothing. Totally dry, except for the sweat that I now have to wipe off my finger. All right, peeps, it is 5.
Time to fucking rock!
What Kyle said. Also, it's 5:50, and it is time to go in to Halloween Horror Nights 30. Now, it is actively raining, so I don't imagine there will be too many scare actors, or, you know, we might have some abbreviated scare zones until this rain clears, but we're gonna head on in. Never mind, false alarm, we're stopping right here. Your life could be great. Woo! Halloween Horror Nights has begun with that one guy.
Pumpkinhead! Woohoo!
They're late for the ceremonies. Woo! All right, and with that, Halloween Horror Nights has begun. The floodgates have been opened. Thank you.
Bye guys, welcome, have fun.
Okay. Here comes everybody. We are about to walk through the 30 years, 30 fears scare zone. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, everyone has a camera here. They don't have actors on these high things, probably because it's raining still right now. Oh. We are going straight in. Bride of Frankenstein Lives, first house of the night. Let's do it. Okay, so the sign said 10-minute wait, so we're not gonna use our express yet. Like I mentioned in a previous video, at the beginning of the night, if the lines aren't bad, hold your express so that you can go through the houses again. And they're playing some cool Halloween Horror Nights anniversary footage. All right, peeps, we are about to go through our first Halloween Horror Nights maze in 2 years. What were you saying?
Paul, you better get ready. You're gonna see some that's gonna shock your eyelids.
Next up, we are heading into Texas Chainsaw. I know I haven't given you my thoughts on Frankenstein yet. I will give you my thoughts on both of them here in just a few minutes. It is downpouring, so it's basically a mad rush to get from house to house. It's a pretty chaotic first 15-20 minutes of Halloween Horror Nights with the downpour and the flood of crowds, but we're using our express pass for this house. It's already at a 35-minute wait, but the express pass got us right here with no wait. So there's only, what, like maybe 30 people in front of us? Not bad at all. Okay, so I think we're here like in a cash change. So I have a minute to give you guys my thoughts on Bride of Frankenstein Lives. It was fantastic, and I know I haven't been to a house in 2 years, so that may have peppered some of my thoughts, but really well done. The story makes sense. You can see that the Bride of Frankenstein is battling with the vampires to bring back Frankenstein's creature. Lots of classic Halloween Horror Nights theming, castles, Universal monsters. Update, it's still raining, as you can tell. We are in line for Revenge of the Tooth Fairy right now. Texas Chainsaw was awesome. I thought Texas Chainsaw was fantastic. If you're a fan of the film, Leatherface everywhere, so many iconic scenes recreated. I thought it was just one of the best Texas Chainsaw Massacre houses they've done. You know, rain is definitely a Halloween Horror Nights tradition on opening night. This is definitely another level that I'm used to. You can see everyone's got umbrellas, you know, and tarps and things like that. Everyone except me. I'm super drenched right now. But the Tooth Fairy line is moving, so we're about to head on in. So we haven't showed you any scare zones yet because we've been like hammering the houses. We are about an hour in, about an hour in and heading into our fourth house. This one, HHN Icons captured. Super excited for this one. Now obviously, as you guys can tell, we can't film in the houses this year because we're here as guests, not as media. But we're gonna, we've got a bunch of pictures from inside the house supplied to us by Universal, so we're gonna kind of intersperse that as we talk about them. So we did just see Tooth Fairy, Revenge of the Tooth Fairy, which I thought was a very pretty house. You know, the Tooth Fairy design, not my favorite, but like the set design and the way they did the storybook and kind of narrated the story throughout, I thought was really cool. And you guys know I love fairy tales and folklore. So the tale of what happens when you say no to the tooth fairy, I thought that was really cool. Just got out of HHN Icons. It is legit the ultimate fan house. One of my favorite things is that Chance finally gets her own totem. I don't know if you guys remember the totems from the year Fear was here, and I think they've sold them at HHN25. But this year, if you look closely, you'll see Chance has a totem. Now at the end of the house, there is a different icon on the throne, depending on what cast you get, as like the king or queen of the icons. We got Jack, which was awesome. You get to see all the icons. You get to see, there was a room that was full of mirrors. Kind of made me think maybe a hint at Bloody Mary. Just really awesome, awesome house if you're a fan of the event. Still drizzling a little bit, so probably not a ton of scare actors in the streets. But we're gonna walk through the Seek and Destroy scare zone. Oops, I just bumped into somebody. But I mean, you can kind of see all the effects that are on. The controller sees all. Oh look, they've got like dead bodies. So now we know what's under the tarp. During the day, it's this like shriveled up dead bodies. So I think the story of this zone is that they use people, they suck them dry, and that's like people juice. Another dead body. Obey. Just like they live. Obey. Consume. Ooh, look at this guy. We're at the time of the night where I've turned into that guy. Putting my cup in my pocket because I don't want to walk around holding it anymore. What house is next? I think it might be Welcome to Scary. Let's find out together. All right, we are heading into Crypt TV. Let's see if the scare, oh, the look-see is out there, like literally look-seeing with people because they're squeegeeing his stage. Oh, there's something behind him. Look out, Mr. Look-see. Oh, and there's another person up there. Scare actors out in the streets, pretty cool. Oh, maybe he's squeegeeing her like dead body juices. Oh. Hello. Oh. I don't think Mr. Look-see is always out at ground level. I think it was just because his stage was drenched. Oh. I thought this was a person, but it's a scare actor. Ooh, look at her. At least right now, because everything is so wet, I don't think we're going to see the birch, because I think the birch is a stilt walker. So I think they can only have folks who don't, like, represent a tripping hazard. Whoa. Oh no, not me.
Oh, look, there's Santa Claus. Now you point that here.
Oh. Oh. Don't forget, you can come to these Coca-Cola Freestyle machines. So here are the Halloween Horror Nights exclusive Fanta flavors. Grape Goblin, Orange Jack-O-Lantern, and Strawberry Scary Skull. Peeps! Oh, here it is, the Chucky photo op. Everyone's favorite serial killer, Charles Lee Ray. Right here. I mean, not actually here. It's just a photo op for you to take a photo. Oh, what's happening? Yeah. It is time for a trip to Scary Cary, Ohio. We have trekked through Cary, Ohio. Admittedly, it didn't jive for me. It didn't feel like a cohesive whole. It was kind of cool. They did have some cool callbacks to Halloween Horror Nights past, but it didn't really flow well for me, at least this time. I'm looking forward to trying it again either later in this evening or maybe tomorrow night. Now, what's interesting is Puppet Theater right now says it's at capacity, and Wicked Growth, which is one of my most anticipated houses, says 65 minutes. It is about 8:20 right now. It has been raining since before the start of Horror Nights and has not stopped. Now, right now it's a light drizzle, but it has, I mean, there are definitely areas that are flooded. It is super, super wet. And this is why I've been looking forward to the Wicked Growth. Look at the portal or the entryway with all the pumpkins. Oh, it looks beautiful. You know, I know you guys are watching this on video, and hopefully it is coming across half as beautiful as it actually is. This thing is breathtaking. We were able to just go through Wicked Growth, which was fantastic. It was one of my most anticipated houses of the year, and it lived up to the hype. It was beautiful, and on top of that, what I'm loving about the houses this year is that so many of them have callbacks to Halloween Horror Nights past, and there's a ton of them in Wicked Growth, including the Kane Cemetery and Meets, tons of cool stuff. Next up, we're going to take a trip to the theater, the Puppet Theater, that is. And Express, like, is basically walking straight in. That's pretty awesome. As you enter Puppet Theater, it actually says Al Kane and Company over there. Just went through Puppet Theater. Kyle wasn't a fan, but I actually really liked it. I thought it was really imaginative. I thought the aesthetics of it were really effective, given that it was in a tent. It's one of the tent houses. They had the theater, they had, you know, behind the scenes of a theater, and I thought it was really good. Nice and gory, some cool, like, imaginative ways to kill people in the theater, and the gnome. The gnome is the MVP. The rain has calmed down and, well, stopped, knock on wood, and Horror Nights is starting to feel like Horror Nights again. You've got the orange lighting. We've been through 7 of the 10 houses so far, and we are heading to house number 8, which we're walking through Springfield. I think the next house may be Haunting of Hill House. So I'm standing in Springfield, and you can see a little bit of the water show. Lots of jack projection and shooting water and lasers and stuff. Okay, check-in time. It's about 9:10. We've been through 7 of the 10 houses. All that's left is House on Haunted Hill, Legendary Truth, and Beetlejuice. I have really enjoyed the houses so far. I'd say my favorites so far have been HHN Icons Captured. Loved it. Loved Texas Chainsaw. Wicked Growth was fantastic as well. But like I said, there's 3 more to go. Maybe one of them will be my favorite. Also, caught a bit of the end of the Marathon of Mayhem water, light, rock and roll type show. It seemed exciting, seemed pretty decent. You know, there was a water show a few years ago, the Marathon of Mayhem, that was also just really great to watch. It looks very similar, except this obviously has a bunch of jack to it. A little bit more generic type theming, not just IPs. You know, the 80s music that was in the original Marathon of Mayhem is replaced with rock music in this one. Is it as good as the other one? I don't know, but it seems like it's worth watching. Twisted Taters, and the line for Twisted Taters goes all the way back there. All right, Gorewood Forest, we'll be back for you momentarily. Right now we're heading to Haunting of Hill House and Beetlejuice. Now that the rain has died down, the crowds have definitely picked up. Like I said, it's a little after 9 o'clock, 9:20 right now, and it is definitely more crowded than it was about 2 hours ago. Make sure you've got your comfy shoes on if you're heading to these houses. They are all the way back in the back of the park. Okay, well, no more Barney statue to make fun of. Now it's just the Kung Fu Panda scare zone. Okay, longest, slowest line of the evening award goes to Haunting of Hill House. We've been in line roughly a half an hour, and we're nowhere near the house, and we are in Express. Main line says it was only 55 minutes, so It's kind of interesting the express is taking as long as it is. 40 minutes after getting in line, we are heading into the Haunting of Hill House finally. You can see they've got it projected on the side of the house here. The main key art from the series. Or maybe now you can see it now that there's not a giant pole in the way. Gotta say, Hill House was actually better than I expected it to be. Now, I liked the show, but like, the house was really good, especially if you're a fan of the show. They really recreated the scenes and the ghosts and the house really well. If you're a fan of the show, you're gonna love the house. They really did it justice. The only problem is that now we have to take the long walk back and then the long walk back to go into Beetlejuice, because that's the next house that we're hitting up. George is a what now? Isn't that a profanity? And now, finally, going into Beetlejuice.
I feel real good about myself, if you know what I mean.
The only bad thing about Beetlejuice and Hill House, you have to take the same super long walk all the way back. Just got out of Beetlejuice, really liked it. If you're a fan of the Beetlejuice movie, you're gonna really love the house. Not so much a scary house, just a good recreation of scenes from the movie. Lots of Beetlejuice in it, lots of fun, and just really, it's almost like walking through a fun house. You know, if you're a Tim Burton fan, you love that aesthetic, you're gonna love the Beetlejuice house. Okay, gotta make our way past the pizza fry line, the wall of pizza fry people, and into Gorewood Forest. And right next to it is the line for the $10 grilled cheese. Food lines, super long tonight. But I am excited to be heading into my most anticipated scare zone of the evening, Gorewood Forest. And now that it's not raining, we should have some scare actors out here. Well, and what's nice is it's not full of fog, so we can actually see some stuff. Usually it's so full of fog. Oh, whoa. Okay, so I said there wasn't a lot of fog. Okay, I happen to be standing at the fog machine. Whoa.
The carnage will begin in just 10 minutes.
Next up, lights, camera, action. Eddie's Revenge. Whoa. Oh snap! Eddie's right in the middle. Whoa. Okay, so this is how you do a zone in this big area. You put a lot of stuff in the middle of the streets. It looks great. And a lot of chainsaws, apparently. I legit thought this was a food truck for a second. House 10 out of 10, opening night, Halloween Horror Nights 30, Legendary Truth, Case Files Unearthed. So just got out of Legendary Truth, and I was really looking forward to that house, and I'm looking forward to going through it again, because it almost feels like it was too high concept. Like there was so much stuff going on that you missed the story, because it's not the environment that's conducive to telling that detailed of a story. Like I kind of got the bits of it, like maybe it's Boris Schuster Mysteries and he's investigating all these different crimes or all these different stories, because you have like book covers throughout the house, but you know, I didn't quite, there was narration and I didn't just quite get the whole story, but I'm looking forward to going through it again. Oh, I love that dude.
Oh, it's only a little bit.
Oh, it's Bone Daddy.
Behavior will not be tolerated. What for shit? You're dead. Not a soul in the dark.
Then kneel before the controller. Kneel before the controller. Then you will be destroyed.
All right, peeps. Long, exhausting, but awesome first day at Halloween Horror Nights 30. We're gonna have our house rankings and scare zone rankings and all that in another video. So make sure you've liked, make sure you hit the notification icon, the subscribe button. Leave us a comment down below. Hopefully you guys liked this first night coverage. It was pretty chaotic at the beginning, but it turned into a great night once the rain stopped. Got to hit all 10 houses, got to check out all the scare zones. No shows or food yet, but maybe next time. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.